Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, aka I'm Ghostbuster, and today I'm doing a review of The Adventures of Elena Temple Definitive Edition on Xbox. Now this was released way back in 2019 and it's developed and published by Grim Talon, and they were kind enough to send me a copy of this for this review, so big thank you to them for that. Now this game is a simple game that harkens back to sort of the classic times of playing games on like old school PCs, sort of very 80s in its aesthetic. Now, the game itself gives you the chance to play in a variety of different made up classical computers with like a Forks history of the game sort of backstory and stuff like that. Um, However, out of these options, it is the exact same game. So there's 7 different machines you can play it on, and they all have a different sort of visual style to them. However, the game itself and the gameplay is exactly the same. But you can sort of pick and choose whichever one you fancy, whichever one like appeals to you the most, basically. Now, the game itself, it plays very much like an old school game. You basically traverse around a variety of rooms in these dungeons, collecting coins and stuff like that. And you've just got to sort of make your way through it. Now, the game itself plays very old school. Like I say, it's that's the downside of this game. It's very retro in its look, but also in how it plays. This plays super basic. You've got sort of like jump, shoot, and walk around basically. There is not a lot to it, but like I say, it hits the right notes in the sort of classic style of it, of the old sort of 80s PC platformers, which I used to play. I didn't play a lot in the 80s because I wasn't really around then, but I did play a lot early 90s. All those floppy disk PC games, I did play a lot of them, and this definitely harkens back to that. Now you've got to avoid obstacles, collect all the coins, and find all the gems to progress through the dungeons. It's got non-linear exploration, and there's also secrets to find while you're looking around. Now, obviously, this is the definitive edition, so this did come with extra content, which was the Golden Spider Dungeon, which provides a new room. So basically, the main game included 2 dungeons, and the definitive version includes a 3rd dungeon with 20 more rooms to go through and more than 100 coins to collect. So there's extra content here compared to the original release. I'm not sure if the original was ever on Xbox. I think it was, but like I say, I've only played the definitive edition. It's worth playing, like I say. It's a good, easy 2,000 gamer score. Obviously, depending on your skill level and finding everything. But 2,000 gamer score for very fun, old school sort of retro platform exploration. Now, the game is playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, priced at £4.19. So it's a very cheap purchase for 2,000 gamer score for all you completionists out there. And if you're an old school sort of retro fan, this does scratch that itch quite a bit. It brings out both the best and the worst of retro, I feel like, because a lot of retro PC gaming was terrible, and we all look at it with rose-tinted glasses, but we all know it's true. Old school sort of floppy disk gaming wasn't great, but it's nice to be able to go back and play something like this, where they don't really make them like this anymore, and it was a nice break from the sort of AAA games I've played recently. And plus, it's not just a remake or a re-release of a retro game. This is a brand new game built in that sort of retro aesthetic. And I love the fact that I can change the type of visual style it uses between all the different sort of machines, from like black and white to the green and black backgrounds to like the Game Boy-esque sort of colours. There's a bit of everything in there, which is really cool, and it's worth playing around with them basically as well. So check this out. It's available right now on Xbox as well as other consoles and PC. So check it out. Available right now from Grim Talon, and we'll see you soon for more content, guys. Bye for now.